In the name of Allah, hello my dear students in distance learning by Mr. مسعد صابر, and the English supervisor is Mr. Ahmed Shubin. Al-Aus Private School for Boys. Our lesson today is for Traveler 2, Lesson 10, page 20. Exercises. Now let's move to your notes to see the exercises, my dear students. This is our lesson for today. Please pay attention to answer the questions. Let's start. Exercise A. Read the book review and choose A, B, or C. At first, you should read the text, all the text. Then, after finishing the reading, guess the best answer for each gaps. Let's read. Don't Be Sad is a book with difference. Originally spaces in 2003 in Arabic. This spaces book was later translated into English and Malay. The spaces Ibn Abdullah al-Karni offers readers advice on how to deal with problems of everyday life. Don't Be Sad is a or an spaces book about self-improvement based on Islamic beliefs, although it is very popular among Muslim readers. Non-Muslims can also find ways to change their spaces and become more peaceful and calm. Readers are also encouraged to avoid sadness and to see life in a more spacious way. Please, my dear students, guess the words for these spaces. Okay, now let's see the answers and know why we put these words. Number one, the right answer is published. But why? Why we chose published, not set or displayed? Because published means to make information available to people, especially in a book, magazine, or newspaper, or to produce and sell a book or magazine or newspaper. Let's move to number two. The right answer for number two, for these spaces, the word best-selling. The answer letter C. But why? Because best-selling means when the books are very popular. So he says this best-selling book was later translated into English and Malawi. Now let's go to number 3. The right answer for number 3, the word author. But why we choose author, not character or heroine? Because author means the writer of a book or article or a play. So, in this sentence, he says the spaces, the author, and this is the name of the author. Offers readers advice on how to deal with problems of everyday life. Now let's go to number 4. The right answer for number 4 is excellent. Why? Because he says don't be sad is an excellent book about self-improvement based on Islamic beliefs. Because excellent means exactly good, extremely good. Number 5. The right answer for number 5 is lifestyle. Answer letter B. Because lifestyle means someone's way of living, the same that a person or a particular group of people usually do. So we need to put lifestyle in this gap and say the sentence like this: Muslims or non-Muslims can also find ways to change their lifestyle and become more peaceful and calm. Now with number 6. The right answer for number 6 is realistic. Why we choose the word realistic? Because it means accepting things as they are in fact and not making decisions based on unlikely hopes for the future. So it is the right answer and the best answer for this question and to fill this gap. Now let's go to this exercise. Circle the correct words. I answered the questions for you and I will tell you why we choose these words too. Number 1, be careful not to drop the glass. It's break or it will break. Why we choose drop? Because drop means to fall or to allow something else to fall. So he says be careful not to drop the glass. Number 2, I like playing athletics or baseball. It's good exercise. We chose baseball because he says I like playing and the play take any sport with a ball. And baseball is again played especially in North America by two teams of 9 players in which a player hits a ball with a bat. Number 3. Seth visited the creature or aquarium the other day and saw all different kinds of fish there. So we choose aquarium because it's a building usually open to the public which holds many containers in which fish and other sea animals can be kept. Number 4. I want to see the new exhibits or heroes at the museum. They were very interesting. We choose exhibits because it means an object such as a painting that is shown to the public. And he says in the sentence, I went to see the new exhibits at the museum. Number 5. He admitted or amazed he had lied to us. Why we choose admitted? Because admitted means to agree that something is true and especially unwillingly. Okay? Now let's go to the last sentence. The book I read last night was really amusing and the illustration or attractions were done by a famous artist. Here we choose illustration because we can read the illustration and we can't read attractions. And the illustration is done by a famous artist. Now, my dear students, at the end, I'd like to thank you for your follow. I hope you understood and answered the questions with me. Thank you, and follow me in the next video with lesson 11 on page 21. Thank you and goodbye.